If TickTick had artificial intelligence, would it make your life so much more productive? I'm honestly doubtful. I haven't really chosen a side when it comes to being for or against AI in general. I can see both the good and the bad. But there are task management apps out there today, right now, that have AI built into them. In this video, we're going to take a look at what some of those other apps offer from an AI perspective, and discuss how big of an improvement it would be if TickTick had AI built into it. And I'll also tell you about how TickTick is already integrated with ChatGPT. Hello, I'm Joshua Best. Alright, so let's start by looking at one of TickTick's biggest competitors, Todoist. Now from what I've heard, Todoist has AI built in, so I'm going to log into my old Todoist account and see if we can find it. Now it's been a while since I've logged into Todoist. I know there's been a lot of chatter since they had a recent UI upgrade, and a lot of users aren't too happy about that. And so here I can see we can rate the new layout. Maybe we'll come back and do that later. I know that's probably what a lot of Todoist users are doing right now. So I'm looking for where to turn on the AI in settings. And at first glance, I'm not having much luck finding it. So I actually had to go to do a Google search to determine how to turn it on. So in settings, you go to integrations down at the bottom. And it looks like an integration that I used before was TickTick import. So that's kind of funny. But anyways, go to browse and then find the AI assistant. And let's click on that. Here we can read through what the AI assistant will do, but I just noticed down here at the bottom that the AI assistant is only available to pro and business users of Todoist. So I didn't realize that. So if you're a free user, then you won't be able to use the AI functionality. Otherwise, here are some of the features. Make your goals more attainable with the power of AI. Automatically generate a list of tasks to help you reach your goal. Get help making your tasks more actionable so it's easier to start and complete them. Learn how to break an intimidating task down into more manageable bite-sized tasks. Receive concrete tips on how to achieve your tasks. Alright, so I'm going to click the Learn More button. And this page looks like the same information that I just went through. Alright, so should we subscribe to Todoist in order to get the AI features? Yeah, I think I'll give it a try. It looks like it's about $5 per month when you pay monthly. And that's pretty comparable to TickTick, which I think TickTick is about $4 per month right now, monthly. Alright, so I'm now a Todoist Pro user, and I can go turn on the AI assistant in the integrations part of settings. And now let's go add a task. How about wash the car? And let's see if AI can help us complete this task. And now I'm looking for where to use AI. And I should probably read some instructions, but I'm not really that type of person. So I'm just going to plow forward here. I'm not seeing any AI functionality here before actually adding the task, so let me go ahead and just add this task. And now when I right click on the task, I can see the AI assistant in the menu. So if I come down here, let's take a look at what some of our options are. Give tips for completing task, make task more actionable, and break task down. Alright, so let's try one of these first. How about break task down? So it pops up a window here, says integration permissions changed. Permissions for break task down have been changed by the integration developer and require you to give consent. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the confirm button here. So now it's presenting to me some subtasks it came up with for my main task of wash the car. It says I can break down wash the car into the following subtasks: gather supplies, rinse the car with a garden hose, apply car wash soap to the car, and scrub with a sponge. Rinse the car with a garden hose, dry the car with a chamois cloth, and clean windows and apply wax to the car with a clean towel. Alright, so I have the option here to add those subtasks if I think they'll help me complete the task. But let's go ahead and hit the try again button and see if it comes up with some different options first. Alright, so it did come up with some slightly different options. Gather car cleaning materials, fill bucket with warm water and soap, wet car with hose, use sponge to scrub car, focusing on dirtiest areas. Rinse car with hose and dry car with a microfiber cloth. So slightly different here, and maybe these subtasks would be more helpful to me. And if that's the case, I can just click the button Add Subtasks. And so if I click on Wash the Car, I now see those subtasks within that task here in Todoist. Alright, so let me get rid of these subtasks. I want to clean this task up just a little bit before I try the other options that the AI assistant offers. Alright, so I'm back to having no subtasks. And let's see, can I get to the AI from here? Yes. So this time let's try make the task more actionable. So here it looks like the AI assistant attempted to rewrite my task. So they're saying instead of wash the car, maybe I could call it fill a bucket with warm soapy water and wash the car with a sponge. And that might make it more actionable and help me complete that task. So again, I can hit the try again button if I want it to come up with something different. This time it came up with rinse and scrub the exterior of the car with soap and water. Alright, so I can click the rewrite task button if I think that will help me complete the task by changing the description there. And now my task name is changed. Okay, so let's change this back to wash the car. Let's see, I accidentally removed the date, so let me go over to the inbox to find that task again. And this time, let's try the last option here, which is give tips for completing the task. Alright, so for this option, it looks like it's presenting us a paragraph. It says, the next action you can take to complete washing the car is to rinse off the car with a hose. Start from the top of the car and work your way down, spraying the car with the hose to remove the soap, and so on and so forth. And it says I can try again if I want it to come up with something different, or I can add that as a comment to my task. So again, if I think that'll be helpful in me completing the task, and now when I click into the task, I can see I added that comment, and it also tells me that it's via AI Assistant that comment came from. And so those are kind of the three options that were given to use AI on the task itself. Now at this point I did go read the instructions a little bit, and it does say that you can use this on the projects menu as well. So let's go see what options are available on a project. So I'm just going to hit the plus button here next to my projects and give it a name, and I'm going to use the example that they said this time, which is Learn Spanish. So now I have a new project down here called Learn Spanish, and if I hit the three dots in the upper right corner, I can suggest tasks with AI Assistant, so I'm going to click that option. And here it asks me, what do you want to accomplish? So I guess it can't tell that I want to learn Spanish just based on the project name, so I have to type it again here, Learn Spanish. And I'm actually going to make it a little more specific and say learn Spanish in 6 months. No, actually I'm going to say learn conversational Spanish in 6 months. I don't know if that'll make a difference or not. And then I'm going to click the Suggest Tasks button. And it gives me a list of tasks I can do in order to learn conversational Spanish in the next 6 months. And I can uncheck some of these if I don't like them. And then I can add those tasks to my project. All right, so then I can go into the task like we just did previously, and I can say break this task down even further. So each task I can make subtasks using this AI functionality. And so when I look at the project, I can quickly build out my project just using the AI functionality to create tasks and subtasks for me. The question that we have to ask here, though, is does having these AI-generated tasks and subtasks make us more likely to learn Spanish and complete that task and complete that project? I'm not so sure yet. So I think we've covered the gist of what Todoist offers from an AI functionality perspective. Let's go check out one other app, which I think is known as having the best, or at least the most AI functionality built in, and that is Taskade. So let's start just by going to the Taskade blog. And we can see that it's mentioning AI quite a bit right here on the blog. So the first thing we see is introducing custom AI agents, GPTs in Taskade, as well as some other articles that are tagged with AI productivity. I'm going to come up here to the menu, and under product, I'm going to click Taskade AI. And so here it kind of gives us a lot of different AI buzzwords, AI agents, mind map, tasks, flowchart, second brain, AI notes, and the list goes on. So let's click on AI tasks. It says transform your task management with the versatility of Taskade AI. And gives us kind of an advertisement over here to the right side of all the things it can do. All right, so let's jump into the Taskade app. And it looks like I already have a Taskade account, so I must have tried this out at one point or another. Judging by this date here, 2 years ago, looks like it was about 2 years ago. Right away, I noticed in the lower left corner, it says Taskade AI, and I have AI credits, and it says I have 1,000 remaining. So it looks like I might be limited. Oh yeah, and it tells me AI credits reset each month, and I need to upgrade to go unlimited. So again, it sounds like maybe I can use it a little bit on the free account, but probably I need to upgrade to a Pro account in order to take full advantage of AI. I'm going to go ahead and click on this 1,000 remaining and see what it tells me. So it brings me to a page that talks about the Taskade AI credits. All right, so some of this is a little bit interesting. You would think that maybe each call to AI would be a credit, but here it's saying AI credit calculation in Taskade is based on word length and count. And it says typically generating around 33 words consumes about 42 credits. The longer the word, the more credits are used. For a rough estimate, consider that a word may cost around 1.27 credits. Well, that's kind of an odd calculation in my opinion. And that would be hard to manage, I would think. All right, so let's give it a try. I'm going to go back here to the Taskade app, and I'm going to click the Create with AI button. So in Todoist, the AI was a little bit hidden. First, I had to turn it on, and even to turn it on, I had to upgrade to a Pro account. And even after I had it turned on, I still had to find where to use it within the task menus. Now with Taskade, it kind of jumps out at you. They have this big bright button full of colors that says Create with AI. So I'm going to go ahead and click that button. And it gives me some examples down below. So I can create a task list for, design a flowchart for, and so on. Those are some examples. Let's go ahead and use the same example that we used with Todoist. And I'm going to say create a task for washing the car. And I've got a black box here. And now it's generating car washing task list, gather supplies. And here's a list of subtasks: bucket, car wash soap, sponges or cloths, hose with sprayer, Jumping down to the second task, prepare car. Third task, rinse car. So it's generated a lot of different tasks and subtasks, and I've got a stop generating button, which is similar to ChatGPT, looks like. Okay, now it's adding some comments. Remember to never wash your car in direct sunlight to avoid water spots and soap stains. All right, so it generated all these tasks and subtasks for washing the car. So I can click the Create Project button. And now I've got a car washing task list project with all those tasks and subtasks. And also the comments that it added as well. So I'm not sure about the AI stuff yet, but this Taskade is kind of neat in that they have the comments right here within the project. That's something different than we see in TickTick. And I kind of like that feature that we can have comments right here alongside our tasks in the project. I know we can do that in TickTick to a certain degree, but it's not quite the same. Let's just check out a few other things in Taskade since we're here. Up here we got the board view, calendar, action, mind map. And so each different view breaks our project down a little bit differently. I'm going to go back to the home page. So right now it looks like my AI credits are still at 1,000. So I thought my AI credits would have decreased by quite a few since it created so many tasks and subtasks, but it says my AI credits is still sitting at 1,000 remaining. All right, so I'm going to click back into the project. And I'm going to take a look at this right side. So I think these are AI things as well. Viral YouTube video persuading audience. So I clicked on viral YouTube video persuading audience, and it looks like it generated a comment. So it looks like it's generating stuff over here off to the side. So almost unrelated to my project that's on the left side, it looks like I have a miniature ChatGPT window over here on the right side. I can change the persona. So maybe let's choose life coach. And let's change the tone to friendly. And now we can ask Taskade AI something else. So let's say, make washing the car a motivational exercise. And it starts generating. Again, looks very similar to ChatGPT over here on the right side. I don't really see how this interacts with my project. I don't think it does at all. So that's an interesting use of AI. It's just like a ChatGPT built into the app. Oh, down here at the very bottom, I can click an Add to Project button. So I clicked that, and now over here on the left side, I do see those comments were added below the other comments in my project here. Okay, so that is one way it would interact with your project on the left side. I'm going to click this blue plus button. And a menu pops up that says there's an AI agent and an AI assistant. So I'm not really sure what the difference between those two are. And I'm going to select the AI agent first. And I'm going to click the research agent. All right, so another window pops up and it looks like it's generating something here. So the task that I clicked on was sponges or cloths, and now it's giving me a lot of data about sponges and cloth. And it's also showing me the different sources that it used to gather that data. Okay, so that might be useful from time to time, maybe. So So I'm going to click out of that. And I'm going to go back and hit the blue plus button again and do the research again, just to see if it comes up with something a little different. And it does seem to come up with something a little different here. So now it's telling me about sponges and dishcloths. So you might keep in mind that you're not going to get the same information each time that you click that. You might get different information. And down here at the bottom, I have an option to insert. So I'm going to click the insert button here. And now it inserted all that data as a comment underneath my subtask of sponges or cloths. And so now I have all that data right here within my project under that subtask. All right, so that was the AI agent. Let's go up and hit the blue plus button and try the AI assistant and see how that might be different. I do see some of the same options, like research is what I clicked on before, and it does have AI agent as a tag next to it. So let's not try that one. Let's try the expand option. So here again, it's giving me, looks like some data on sponges and cloths. All right, I'm gonna click out of that. And let's try it on maybe park car out of sunlight. And this time, let's try, looks like there's a lot of translations down here at the bottom if you need to translate to a different language. And this time, let's try the brainstorm option. Oh, there I did hit my AI credit limit. Says I've reached my AI credit limit for the month on my free plan. So it must have been decreasing even though it didn't show me that earlier, and it still said I had 1,000 remaining. So let's see what upgrade options we have here. So it brings me to the business plans by default. Let me click over to the personal plans. So it looks like with the next option up, I can get Taskade AI, which again is $4 per month. That's billed annually. I wonder what it is monthly. Oh, there it says $8 billed monthly. Okay, so that is quite a bit different. That's double the TickTick price. So just as information, that's interesting that it's even double their monthly price when it's billed annually, which is a pretty steep increase. So I'm not going to go for that today, and I think we've seen sufficiently what Taskade offers from an AI perspective anyhow. All right, so now that we've seen what's available today in some of those other apps like Taskade and Todoist, let's take a look at what's available today for TickTick, because there's already an integration built in with ChatGPT. And if you're not already using it today, you're probably not missing out on much, actually. But let me show you a little bit about it and tell you some of the details. So I'm not a ChatGPT expert, but there is a ChatGPT plugin website here, and that is gptstore.ai. And there's GPTs, and then down below there's plugins. And so if I click See All Plugins, and now I type in TickTick, there is a TickTick ChatGPT plugin, and if I click on it, it gives me some of the details. And if I scroll down here, it tells me the description for the model is TickTick for managing a to-do list. You can add, remove, and view your to-dos. And if I scroll down a little further, I get some of the technical details. And it looks like these are some of the functions that we get. So we can get the list of projects, get a project by ID, get project with data by ID, create a task to TickTick, complete a task by project ID and task ID, and delete a task by project ID and task ID. So it gives me a link here to try on ChatGPT, open ChatGPT and search the plugin name. So I attempted to do that, but what I think I found is that you need to upgrade your ChatGPT plan in order to use plugins. And let's just ask ChatGPT. Maybe it knows if we need to upgrade. I'm going to say, can I use ChatGPT plugins on the free version? And here's our answer. ChatGPT plugins were a feature available only to users with a ChatGPT Plus subscription. So we do need the Plus subscription in order to try it out and see it. And if I go to the upgrade option down here in the lower left of ChatGPT, I can see that the Plus plan is $20 a month. So again, that's not something I'm gonna sign up for today. So since I don't have ChatGPT Plus, I can't demo or show you the TickTick plugin for ChatGPT. But there is another video on YouTube from the Stack Snacks YouTube channel, and I'll link to his video in the description. But in that video, he demos how the TickTick plugin works. His demo is good, but I think you'll find that you're not missing out on much if you're not using it. So basically, you can add tasks in ChatGPT using the plugin by saying things like, can you add a task that is due today at 5 p.m. to cook dinner? And he shows that he types that out in ChatGPT and gives a little bit of technical details on the ChatGPT screen. And then if he goes over to TickTick, that task then shows up in TickTick. So I really can't see why an average user would ever use this, unless you're just in ChatGPT all day long and for some reason you don't want to get out and go to TickTick to add a task, and it's just easier to type it in ChatGPT. But that's really the only thing I can think of, and I think that would be a very rare scenario for somebody to always be in ChatGPT all day. But otherwise, I don't think that what they've got going on here with the TickTick plugin for ChatGPT is worthwhile at all. It's just kind of it's just a little bit pointless at this point. But hey, TickTick is integrated with ChatGPT. All right, so what are my final thoughts on this? Well, I certainly don't think that the integration that TickTick has right now with ChatGPT is worth anything. I think that's pretty much a waste of time. I'll stick with just using the TickTick app. I think that works perfectly well, and I don't need to go to ChatGPT to tell it to create a task. I'll just do it myself within the TickTick app. So I'm going to rule that part out. As far as looking at what the other apps have to offer, like Todoist and Taskade, from an AI functionality, I think it's neat to a certain degree. I don't think it's that useful. In looking at some of our examples, like wash the car, I don't think breaking that out and having AI break it out into 7 generic tasks with 3 subtasks each that don't really match up to how I might wash the car, I don't think that helps me any really. Now, if I were brainstorming, I think it does help with the brainstorming. If I had never washed a car before and I said, well, okay, create a project or a task on how to wash the car, and it came up with these ideas, and then I could decide if I want to go down that route or maybe delete some of those tasks. I can understand how that's useful to some degree. I don't think that I would use it. I don't think that that's the way that I use TickTick today, and I don't think that I would change to use it that way in the future. Now, I could be wrong, and now if I wanted to brainstorm on how to wash the car or how to learn Spanish, I could easily go to ChatGPT and I could say, hey, create a project or write me up a project plan on how to wash the car, and I could look at it in ChatGPT. I don't think it needs to be built directly into TickTick. If I want to use ChatGPT, I'll go over to ChatGPT and use it, and then migrate whatever is useful over to TickTick if I want to. But anyways, those are just a few of my rambling thoughts on artificial intelligence within a task management app. You guys let me know in the comments what you think. Well, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.